You mentioned Industry 5.0. I'm not sure if I even missed the 4.0. So what is this Industry 5.0?
Industry 5.0, it is the future. It is how we integrate the new technology with the human.
What do you see as key challenges that companies are facing when trying to build these future-ready capabilities?
If we want to change something, the vision is the most important. Only through the people, the vision can be true.
If that vision brings lots of new technology, how do you prioritize? What are some of the most exciting trends that you see in workforce learning and development that could change how we approach skill building?
For me, this is the practical aspect of the learning, how we can use our knowledge in the practice way.
What should companies be doing right now to start preparing for the digital workforce of tomorrow?
This is not an easy question.
Hello, Beata. Thank you for having the availability and interest in having this conversation with me today.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Good morning as well. So for those that don't know you yet, you are the head of Industry 5.0 Academy at Danone, where you're leading a global initiative to empower employees to thrive in this new era of human-machine collaboration. This is because Danone recognizes that upskilling, reskilling, and effective change management across the entire manufacturing community is essential in today's world. And you will also be a speaker at the People Experience Conference in Lisbon that will happen on the 17th of April, 2026. Was this a good introduction, Beata?
Yes, it is perfect introduction, and I am very happy to be on that position, parallel as the head of the Industry 5.0 Academy, what is the amazing Danone initiative, but also to be a speaker on that conference.
And you will come to Lisbon, and I hope that you get better weather, more sun than that is today in Poland, apparently from the reflection behind you, or the window behind you.
Yeah, I hope so.
But I would like to start with a very dumb question here from my side. You mentioned Industry 5.0. I'm not sure if I even missed the 4.0. So what is this Industry 5.0?
The Industry 5.0, it is the future. It is how we integrate the new technology with the human. How we, by the new technology, we can support growing our people, growing the business. That it is the Industry 4.0, it was automatization. That how we can do a lot of the things more efficiency, more smooth. But 5.0, it is what waiting for us, what we can observe also around us, that how the new technology we can integrate with the human. The academy, exactly, it is the academy. We upskilling, reskilling, we provide the content to the people, but everything is dedicated to the digital transformation, how to equip our people to be ready for the challenges of the future. We equip our people that they are ready for the future in the personal life, but of course in the business life.
So Danone is on the front line, wants to be on the front line of this change that is happening globally.
Yes, we believe that it is the direction. We believe that it brings very positive impact, and we need to do so because the world is also took this direction. That we can stop in the current position. We need to be more advanced.
So when you mention industry, and just for everyone to be aware of, we're talking about just like manufacturing positions, or is the whole Danone?
On the beginning, we focus mostly on the heart of our business, that it is the manufacturing, what we provide for our customers. As a Danone, we have more than 150 factories worldwide, that it is a big scale that we can working with our people to help them in the business performance, to bring also the productivity. That under our first wave, it is manufacturing, but of course we're thinking and start to do some tasks beyond manufacturing. That means to cover all the operation scope, also the planning, supply chain, C&P, and relevant function.
Beyond just Danone, what do you see as key challenges that companies are facing when trying to build these future-ready capabilities?
The first, it is the vision, that this need to land from the top. That if you have the vision, sometimes the senior managers, they need to have the vision, what they want to achieve, even they don't know how to do so. And sometimes it can be realized, oh, this is the crazy idea, this is out of the box idea. But this came if we want to have the breakthrough result, if we want to change something, the vision is the most important. And then to focus on the people, that not on the tools, not on the solution, not on the new technology, but really focus on the people, because only through the people, the vision can be true in the future.
Can you share an example of something that would look crazy in a vision, but then unimplemented with AI, VR, etc.?
We have a lot of this kind of the examples, but I would like to say that one of the Danone factories 2 years ago achieved the reward from the Economic Forum in Davos as the digital lighthouse. It was the first FMCG factory who achieved this kind of the reward. Before that, we could say it's not possible, but we strongly believe that impossible doesn't exist. And that this award show that everything what we are doing, how we change our shop floor, our production makes sense, and it is exactly the direction what we need. Today we are working even on the. You mentioned about the AI. I think it is very famous word worldwide when we discuss that the AI everywhere. But to be honest, in our production, we're working also a lot on that. For example, to have the coach for our operators. This is the AI solution that help operators on the production to find the information, to sometimes cross-check some information to keep production smoothly.
How do you assess the skill gaps in an organization, and what are the first steps to address them with impactful learning programs?
As I mentioned at the beginning, everything starts from the vision, and the vision that then we need to make them more realistic. And in the Danone, we have the certain level of the digitalization that should be in each factory. That means we can call that this is the standard of the digitalization with all the factories. That we know exactly what is the direction, and of course, everything is depend from the country, from the background, a factory background, from the majority of the site. But each factory knows what is the direction. They don't have to looking for searching the idea. They have the guidelines what they need to do. And when we know what we want to achieve, the second question, do we have the right people on site who can drive this change? Do we have the specialists, technician people who knows exactly how to implement the new vision, the new tools, new technology on the shop floor? Based on that, when we know what is the direction, then we have the full portfolio to equip the people with the right understanding on the new technology. But what is the beauty in our initiative, that it is not only learning for the learning. It is not only the learning to know what kind of the tools we want to implement, but it is working on the real business cases. That in the academy, we equip people with the new knowledge. We all to standardize the knowledge. But they are working on real business cases, on real problem statement that they can have on the position, in their own factory, in their own environment, and they came to the academy, and together with the expert, with other colleagues, they try to find the right solution. They work on the real solution, and after that, as the pilot, prototype, testing situation, they can implement the solution in their own environment. That it is the link from the vision, from the problem statement, via learning to the really practical business cases, that the end is on the shop floor. In the end is in the manufacturing as the solve problem solution. This is the direction how we want to upskilling the people, and how we link that to the gaps. We want to be sure that all our Danoners are equipped to the digital transformation, to they know exactly what we need to do, and of course what is the direction.
Interesting. You called Danoners. Everyone in Danone are the Danoners. Okay.
Yeah, that's because we are. Because we are the Danone. So to be honest, I'm very, very proud on that. And to be honest, I am 18 years in Danone in total from the different position. That it is the big part of my life to be in Danone.
A Danoner. Okay. You mentioned that there's that vision that comes cascading down for make a change or implement something new that may look crazy in the beginning, but if that vision brings lots of new technology, digital technologies to be implemented, how do you prioritize which of those technologies should you focus when building the learning programs, assuming that you cannot do everything at the same time, right?
Yeah, but we have the full portfolio to cover all the digital domain that should be in each factory. But this is the factory decision, what should be the first, because in the implementation of the solution, it is not just to implement. And absolutely, you can't implement all technology in the one moment. It should be step by step. You need to have the time to the testing, to checking if that works, and you have the people behind that. You need to have the ambassadors. You need to have the change agent that they strongly believe that the new solution is right solution for the factory.
Okay.
In the Danone, we have the factory with the different seniority, if I can say that.
Right.
And they have the different challenges. They have the different maturity level. And this is the roadmap that they need to prepare. Okay, what first? What I need? And it is not implementation for the implementation. It is the implementation to help the business performance.
You need that local sponsoring for that specific reality, that specific country, that specific manufacturing unit.
How the Danone is structured, how the flow of the sponsoring, that it is a completely different story. But it is the local determination. Each factory, each Danone business has the leader, local leader, who drive the business. And this is the level of the decision. What we need as the first step, as the second step, where we have the problem, what kind of the solution can help us in the problem. But I think that the transversal approach is to engage and involve the people, how in the easy way we can present and show that the new solution can have the very positive impact for the employees, for our daily work, because then the employees trust with the new solution. They want to use the new solution and bring the success in the end of the implementation.
So maybe I had just a naive view because I was picturing that, all the factories of Danone, they just produce the same kind of yogurts, the same brands, etc. So they have the same machine technology, but it's not the reality. It's not the reality for 100 and...
No, exactly. It's not that we have to be honest, more modern factories. We have the oldest factories as well, and also we have the different technology, and we are in the all countries worldwide. That's in our products, for example, from the place where I am, that's in Poland now, we produce to 100 countries, but this is only one factory. That you can expect that our products, the Danone products, you can see in each country worldwide. That behind it is the massive number of the people, a different technology, and also different challenges. Depends from the country, depends from the zone, depends from the technology, and of course depends from the production what they have.
What do you believe is the key to fostering a culture of continuous learning and innovation?
You need to strongly believe that you need to invest to the people because they bring you the success. And you need to respond also for the people needs. That's for me, it is also the critical, because only in that way you can build engagement, you can build involvement in the new project with the end game goals and so on. And the manufacturing is the very specific part of the business that the operators, the people, they are as the owner of the process. That it is the big investment on that that focus on the people to let them grow, and the people, they have the amazing ideas, and sometimes they know how to solve some issue. Sometimes they don't know how, but they know where is the problem, and we need to ask them, we need to listen them and give the direction. That's for me, it is the parallel engagement, the vision, the leadership, the direction for the business, but to really, really listen the people, because they know exactly their own environment, where they work, what kind of the challenges they have. And sometimes for me, it is amazing when we asking the people what kind of the issue they have or how we can help them. And this is the right component to put, okay, the problem maybe is not digital problem, but the solution can be. And that's why we have the right people that they understand technology. They understand what kind of the solution we can bring, what we have worldwide, what kind of the practice we have in the different factors. That's why it's so important to build the community, especially when you have so many factors worldwide.
What metrics do you track to measure the success of people-centric transformation programs?
A very interesting question. Thank you for that, especially when we're thinking about the academy. A lot of the people have in mind that, okay, we train the people, we give them the certification, and then we are happy that we're upskilling the people. But for us, it is the half of the journey. This part is also very interesting. But for us, the key success for us is the business cases that the people working during our master classes, hackathon, and then implement in their own business. That means in their own factories. And what kind of the productivity that this case bring? How we can scale this business case to the other factories? Because after the validation of the case, the solution we have in the catalog of the solution that the other factors can also be used in own business to be inspired what kind of the other practice we have in the Danone. That's for me that the productivity and how many business cases we implement and how much this case after the people upskilling we can scale also to the other factors.
In your position and looking ahead, what are some of the most exciting trends that you see in workforce learning and development that could change how we approach skill building?
For me, this is the practical aspect of the learning. This is my experience completely, and I strongly believe that it is the direction how we change our learning and development. This is not only for the upskilling ourselves, just to have the more certificate or to have the higher education level or so on, but how we can use our knowledge in the practice way, how I can transform on my position. We have the people that they are on the same position from the years. By the title, maybe it is the same position, but how the position transform behind, this is completely different story. And for me, this is the direction to present, to show, to present, to teach the people how they can utilize the knowledge on the daily life for the better efficiency, for growing for the next position.
As someone who specializes in this area, what should companies be doing right now to start preparing for the digital workforce of tomorrow?
This is not easy question.
Okay.
We don't know what we don't know. We believe what is the direction, how will we looks like the future. We are inspiring worldwide, but for me, the first, it is not focus on the tools of the solution, but focus on the people. How to help them that they growing in own agility, that they can rapidly adapt to the new changes worldwide. And I mean about all the position, that it is not focused only the specific, but doesn't matter what kind of the position do you have, you need to be ready for the future. And this, for me, this is the factor to push in that direction.
Why should an HR professional attend the People Experience Conference in Lisbon?
Because change is the people. You can't implement any changes without the people. That's why the HR people, for me, it is the first function who can support all the changes that we have in the future.
Who will benefit the most from attending the People Experience Conference in Lisbon?
The leaders and HR and the people who do not strongly believe that it is the right match.
What will HR leaders miss if they don't attend the People Experience Conference in Lisbon?
They stay on the same position as they are right now. But we want to make the step forward, and this is for them. That's why this is for them.
What is one practical insight that people will take away from your session at the People Experience Conference in Lisbon?
The most important are people, not tool, but the people. And that's why how we focus on the people is the key factor of the success.
We are close to the end of the conversation today, and everyone that comes into this show, I like to ask if they could recommend me someone that could be the next guest, someone with an interesting profile, story, project. Who would you like to recommend?
Natalia Griszkowa, talent director.
Challenge accepted. Thank you for the recommendation. And Beata, I hope that I can meet you in person in Lisbon.
I hope so.
On the 17th of April, just a reminder, everyone that is interested in getting to know in person as well, Beata here and all the other speakers, I've left the link for the inscription or for you to enroll in this conference. That's in the video description, as well as the contacts for Beata if you want to engage first and then meet later. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much. It was a big pleasure. And I hope to see you all in the Lisbona.
Thank you. Goodbye.